For centuries, humans viewed forests as places of competition. Trees fought each other for sunlight, water, and nutrients. The strongest survived, while weaker trees were left behind. Nature, according to this view, was a battlefield. But over the last few decades, scientists have uncovered something astonishing beneath the forest floor. Hidden underground is a vast living network connecting trees together through fungi, a network some researchers now call the Wood Wide Web. Through this underground system, trees may share nutrients, send warning signals, support seedlings, and even help neighboring trees survive environmental stress. It's one of the most fascinating discoveries in modern ecology, and it has completely changed the way many scientists think about forests. But it's also controversial. Some researchers believe the popular story has gone too far beyond the evidence. So in this video, we'll explore both the remarkable discoveries and the scientific debate surrounding the Wood Wide Web. To understand the Wood Wide Web, we first need to understand mycorrhizal fungi. These fungi form partnerships with plant roots, relationships that have existed for around 500 million years. Tiny fungal threads called hyphae spread through the soil like microscopic cables. These threads connect to tree roots and help trees absorb nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen from the ground. In return, the fungi receive sugars produced by the tree through photosynthesis. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. But here's where it gets interesting. The fungal threads don't stop at one tree. As they spread through the soil, they can physically connect multiple trees together into what scientists call a common mycorrhizal network, or CMN. Imagine an underground internet made of living fungal fibers. Instead of computers exchanging data, trees and fungi exchange nutrients, chemicals, and signals. That's why researchers began calling it the Wood Wide Web. And scientists now know that more than 90% of terrestrial plants form mycorrhizal partnerships. These fungal networks are not rare. They are one of the foundational systems supporting life on land. The modern story of the Wood Wide Web begins in the 1990s with Canadian forest ecologist Suzanne Simard. Simard grew up in the forests of British Columbia in a family of foresters. While studying forest ecology, she began investigating how trees interacted underground. In 1997, she published a groundbreaking study in the journal Nature. Her research showed that carbon could move from one tree to another through underground fungal networks. This was a major discovery. At the time, forests were mostly understood through the lens of competition, but Simard's findings suggested something more cooperative might also be happening. The study quickly attracted global attention. The phrase Wood Wide Web appeared in headlines around the world, and Simard became one of the most recognizable figures in forest ecology. Her work inspired documentaries, TED Talks, and even characters in modern fiction. But perhaps most importantly, it opened an entirely new field of research. So what exactly moves through these fungal networks? Research suggests quite a lot. Scientists have observed the movement of carbon between trees. They've also documented transfers of nitrogen, phosphorus, and water. In some experiments, mature trees in sunny areas appeared to send carbon toward shaded seedlings struggling to survive. Researchers have even observed signs that trees under stress may receive additional resources from neighboring trees. One particularly striking experiment took place in Switzerland. Scientists sprayed trees with a special carbon isotope and later detected that isotope inside nearby trees connected through fungal networks. This showed that material really was moving underground between plants. and the networks appear to be dynamic rather than random. Resources may flow toward areas where they are most needed. That raises an extraordinary possibility. Forests may behave less like collections of isolated individuals and more like interconnected communities. One of Suzanne Simard's most famous ideas is the concept of mother trees. These are the oldest and largest trees in a forest, trees that appear to function as major hubs within the underground network. Research mapping fungal connections found that large trees were often connected to hundreds of surrounding trees and seedlings. In some cases, scientists discovered genetically identical fungi, linking nearly 20 trees together. These giant old trees appear to play an important role in supporting younger trees. Simard's research suggested that mature Douglas firs transferred carbon to nearby seedlings, especially to genetically related offspring. She also proposed that dying trees may increase resource transfers to younger trees before they die, almost like passing on stored resources to the next generation. It's a compelling idea, and it has captured public imagination around the world. But as we'll see later, some of these interpretations remain scientifically debated. Perhaps the most dramatic claim about the Wood Wide Web is that it may allow trees to communicate danger. When trees are attacked by insects or disease, they release chemical defense signals. Researchers have found evidence suggesting that some of these signals can travel through fungal networks. In one experiment, a Douglas fir damaged by insects appeared to trigger defensive chemical responses in nearby ponderosa pines connected underground. In another study involving bean plants, aphid-infested plants transmitted warning signals through fungal networks to neighboring plants. Those neighboring plants then activated chemical defenses before the insects reached them. This underground communication system could function like an early warning network. And there's also an aerial version of this communication. Trees release volatile chemicals into the air when under attack. Nearby trees can detect these airborne signals and prepare their defenses as well. Together, these systems suggest forests may be far more responsive and interactive than previously imagined. While the existence of fungal networks is well established, scientists disagree about how far the evidence really goes. In 2023, researchers published a major critique arguing that many popular claims about the Wood Wide Web have been exaggerated. The critics argued that some studies were over-interpreted, that positive results were cited more often than negative ones, and that certain dramatic claims lacked strong evidence. For example, they questioned whether mature trees truly choose to support offspring through fungal networks. They also argued that some experiments did not fully prove that fungal connections were responsible for the observed transfers. Importantly, these researchers were not denying that underground networks exist. They were challenging some of the larger conclusions and popular narratives built around them. Suzanne Simard and other scientists strongly defended the field. They argued that underground transfer between trees has been repeatedly demonstrated across many studies. According to them, critics were dismissing genuine discoveries simply because some details remain uncertain. Today, most scientists agree on several key points. Fungal networks connect trees. Resources and signals can move through these networks, and these systems are ecologically important. The real disagreement concerns scale, intention, and significance. Are forests truly cooperative superorganisms, or are we sometimes projecting human ideas onto natural systems? Regardless of the debate, mycorrhizal networks are critically important for forest ecosystems. These fungi help stabilize soils, retain water, cycle nutrients, and store carbon underground. They also help forests recover after disturbances like fires or logging. Healthy fungal networks may improve forest resilience and increase carbon sequestration. But scientists are also concerned that climate change could disrupt these ancient partnerships. Some recent studies suggest trees migrating northward due to warming temperatures may struggle if compatible fungal species do not move with them. And this changes how we think about forest management. When old-growth forests are clear-cut, we may not simply be removing trees. We may also be destroying entire underground networks that took centuries to develop. Protecting forests could therefore mean protecting not only what we see above ground, but also the hidden living systems beneath our feet. The Wood Wide Web has transformed our understanding of forests. What once looked like silent collections of competing trees now appears far more interconnected. Beneath the soil lies a vast biological network built through ancient partnerships between fungi and plants. Through these networks, trees may exchange nutrients, share warning signals, and support ecosystem resilience. At the same time, scientists continue debating how much of the popular story is fully supported by evidence. And that debate is healthy. It reminds us that science is not static. It evolves through questioning, testing, and refinement. But whether every dramatic claim holds true or not, one thing is clear: forests are far more complex, interactive, and alive than we once imagined. And beneath every forest floor, an invisible world is constantly at work, connecting life together in ways we are only beginning to understand. Thanks for watching.